Hi guys, Barry here. So this video I'm going to talk a little bit about a problem that we have with something eating our eggs in the chicken coop. So I'm pretty much sure, I am sure there's been a rat getting into our coop. So we built this chicken run. It's pretty much predator proof. But one thing we didn't consider was a predator coming in and attacking the eggs, or taking eggs and eating them. So we've noticed our eggs are down, the amount that we've been collecting, massively over the last couple of weeks. And then we started to find a few eggs around the place that have been clearly eaten. And we weren't sure whether it was birds or rats. So I came down the other day and I seen this big massive rat. You know, he was literally like this size in the garden. I actually thought it was a squirrel first, it was so big. So we reckon that's what it is. He's actually been taking the eggs, bringing it across out of the pen and going into where our worm farm is and going under the fabric and eating the eggs in there. So it has to be a rat. So we tried humane trap, a cage, putting it down, putting food in it. We've been using that for the past week to no avail. The cage has been turned over. We've been you know, it's just, it hasn't been working. So this is what we've got there now at the moment. These would have been recommended to me. These Victor rat traps, they're probably some of the oldest rat traps on the market. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a box with 4 of them inside it. So putting one down and scattering around the place, that's what I was going to do initially. And I got a bit chatted to a few people that had issues with rats before, and they were saying rats, sometimes they can go in, they can take the bait before the trap goes off, they turn the traps over, so they're actually quite smart. So the advice that I got was to put as many traps as you can together. Like, these weren't too cheap, to be honest, but I heard they last, like, but they were about €8 a piece. So I bought 4 of them. I'm going to put them in a box. I'm going to screw them into the box, and I'm going to put them together. And what I'm going to use as bait is I'm going to use peanut butter as bait and smear that on the trigger instead of putting a solid bait, because people were saying to me, you know, that they will come in and they'll take the bait before the trap, or they'll set the trap off and then take the bait. One guy actually showed me, I seen online, there was a rat using a stick to set off the trap before they came in and took the bait. I'm going to get back to it, and I'll give you a quick look to see what that looks like once I'm done. Okay, so wish me luck in my rat hunting, and I'll come back to you when the box is complete. Thanks. So this is it now, we're finally finished. Our 4 traps are in this box. It's heavy enough that no rat is going to pull it away on its own unless they all come together or something. Maybe they might be able to lift it away if there's 6 or 7 of them, but there's enough weight that this isn't going nowhere. The roof hinges off as well, so we can easily set the trap. So I just allowed plenty height as well for, you know, setting it, and for this bar that it wouldn't be too short. And they're screwed to the bottom, just one little screw in here hold them in place. One little additional feature I did put in to make it a little more secure, because sometimes when these bars come down and snap, the rat can wiggle his head out if they're not killed straight away. So we want to know if a guy gets in there, if a rat gets into this trap, he's not getting out, like, you know. So I drilled a few holes and put a few screws sticking up, a couple of mil, so they're not really going to get anywhere. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to treat this as a feeding station for the next 2 or 3, maybe 3 days. I'm going to feed back in here. I'm going to put feed back in here. They've been eating, like, I seen them eating bird seed and stuff like that. So like dry seeds, wheat seeds, and sunflower seeds. So I'm going to put a lot of them in the back here, and I'm going to put it somewhere where I think the rats are going to be, and I'm going to let them go in and feed on the stuff that's inside it for a few days. Then after 3 days, I'm going to load this up with butter, peanut butter, I'm going to set the traps, and hopefully that's going to do the job. They're going to still think it's a feeding station. They're going to come in and bang, hopefully they'll be dead. So, and then the issue is, what do we do with the dead rats? Do we compost them? Do we bin them? You know, do we feed them to our chickens? We're not sure yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So that's it. I'm going to get it set up now, and I'll give you an update in a few days to let you know how we got on with this rat trap. I feel like it's going to do the job. The catch and release cages just weren't really that effective. So if you like this video, like to see more like it, it'd be great if you could subscribe, so you keep updated. I try to post as often as I can. Thanks guys, see you later, bye.